blessings. It's Hibiscus Moon with Hibiscus Moon Crystal Academy, and we are on day 7. Okay, so this is the last day that I'm going to be doing the crystal card pulls with you, the oracle card readings. And I encourage you to do this practice on your own if it's something you're called to doing. I had some deep revelations this week in being very present and in the moment, and because I had made this commitment to doing this, to working with the crystals every day as well. So I did some really deep work here. So I thank you so much for that. And yesterday's card really posed a challenge for me, as in it didn't come to me right away what this message was all about. It was clouds, shape shifting, and what crystal to work with. So I really had to do some thinking about that and contemplating it. And, you can call that meditation too. And it was really about looking over the past few days and how there had been a cleansing and then a reemergence. Remember with the dragonfly card? So, like with the tsunami, cleansing out of old things. There was an impending change coming, and then the reemergence, and then preparing us for the shape shifting, meaning that you can put on whatever skin you want to put on, whatever it is your dream is, whatever it is you want to become. Law of attraction talks about this all the time. So many self-help gurus and books and all say the same thing: fake it till you make it. Do, act, be what it is you want to become and dream about being or doing. And next thing you know, you will be there because you're in that flow. Your intentions are there. So your words that you're speaking and everything that you're doing is about that. And eventually your reality shifts itself around, shape shifts itself around to become what it is your intentions are, because where thoughts go, energy flows. Okay, so for me though, before I was ready to do the shape shifting, I felt like I really still needed to get in there and do some release, some emotional release to prep for whatever the shape shifting might be and whatever today's card might be. So for me, and this is kind of long-winded, sorry, I went to my pink calcite, and this is a dog tooth pink calcite. And this is an absolutely supreme, gorgeous piece. I'm really in love with it. And I had not done much work with it. And I realized for this, I really needed to go to the calcites. Calcites are very gentle in their energy. And pink calcite, for me, is especially good with emotional release type of stuff, emotional baggage. And when I did my meditation last night, which was under basically the full moon, it was the night after the technical full moon, but you're still in those full moon energies. It was cool out for South Florida, by my fire and outside, outdoors. And I got to work with this piece. And it was all about letting go. Just whatever it is, don't resist it, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And that's so typical of calcites, and this pink calcite, some Mangoan pink calcite. And sorry if I'm getting so into it, but it reminds me of like a magical pink forest of some sort. Like these are little Christmas trees. And it's just this delicate light pink, and it was just perfect. And I got the best meditation out of it, and also a message that this is going to become one of my go-to like buddy stones that I work with often whenever I have something that's coming up that's really starting to bite at me or not leave me alone. Go to this crystal and let it go. So I was very happy for that message. Okay, so again, I'm always really interested to see what you guys came up with for any of these cards or any of these readings. So let's go ahead and do today's reading. Okay, so I'm going to put this card here. I'm doing this upside down, back under the deck. And I've seen you guys do such great, let me bring you down here. Great things with shuffling the cards, but this deck is so thick and the cards are so big for my hands that I still can't get a good handle on it. So I'm just going to do it my tired old messy way. And there we go. One card fell out. And sorry, I'm not the glamorous shuffler. That looks so fun when people are able to do that. I think that is so cool. But I've never been able to do that, even with the tiny, teeny little easy card deck. Never been able to do that. So, all right. Come on, guys. Let's get in there. This is day 7, last day. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut it a few times just to give it a really good mix. Okay, and then we're going to cut it one more time. And this will be our card for today. Day 7. Oh, this is kind of an obscure one. Australian agate. Australian agate. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. It kind of looks like purple agate or purple chalcedony, but I'm not certain. And this is not one that I've worked with, and it's not one that I own. So, and it's not one that I know well. You know, there are, first of all, there's 4,500, over 4,500, and possibly more minerals being classified all the time as we discover more. So there's no way. I mean, there might be people out there that know properties for all of them, but there's so many agates. There are so many agates, and some agates flow into different types of agates. You know, people don't necessarily always agree on what kind of agate it is. So I'm going to look this one up because I'm not afraid to admit that I am not familiar with this Australian agate, but it sure is pretty. Looks like it's got fuchsia and purple and navy in there. So let's see what that one is all about. We're just going to go right to the book. By the way, these books give out ideas for different types of layouts too. You don't have to just pull one card a day. Some of you are really adept with oracle card readings and different kinds of spreads and stuff like that. Okay, so Australian agate is all about perception, strength, courage, and stamina. And doesn't that make a lot of sense? After all the work that's been done over the week, the transformation, the cleansing, the transformation, the emergence, and the shape shifting, and now we've got perception and the strength behind it. Your power of perception, along with your mental and physical body, is presently being strengthened. This will give you the courage and energy required to tackle what seems at present to be a complex and somewhat insurmountable problem. This problem involves someone who is incompatible with your ideas and principles. You are being urged to stand your ground, yet keep your calm. This is a very specific card, kind of different than all the other ones, very specific. Don't allow yourself to be psychologically or emotionally bullied. All concerned will soon realize the truth of what you have already known for quite some time, that this particular person is simply not the person who they present themselves to be. Wow, I don't know who that could be referring to, but again, you know, sometimes it takes some time to process these things. Sometimes it comes in dreams. So I'm going to leave this card out today and see what that might bring up for me. This is a sign that I need to get some Australian agate. Okay, so I'm going to be on the hunt for that, because whenever I pull a card of a crystal that I don't have, it's one that I go out and get because it's a sign from source energy that it would be a good one to have in my collection. And being that it's an agate, it's probably pretty inexpensive, I'm going to assume, because most agates are, unless somebody's tagged a really fancy schmancy name on them. And usually it's just another name for another agate. So maybe this has a meaningful message to some of you out there right away. Maybe you immediately know who that person is that they're talking about. That is very specific. So I'm going to have to do some thinking on that one. That's kind of a weird one for day 7, right? Well, good way to end with a bang. All right, well, I hope you guys had a good time with this and that it was a good experience for everybody. And please subscribe to my videos if you like this sort of thing. I don't usually do card readings, but I always talk about crystals. Always, always, always. And you can come over to my website, hibiscusmooncrystalacademy.com. I'd love to see you over there on my blog. Okay, everybody, namaste. Thanks for joining me.
Bye.